Hey y'all, this is either going to be a really big mess or it's going to be big helpful. I don't know which one. I can't see comments either, so hey. Alright, y'all. So, in our coaching group Saturday night, one of our coaches designed using a blob of spray foam. So I thought I would come be helpful and show you guys how you do it, right? So y'all, any container that you want, spray foam. This is a charger plate. You can turn a charger plate into a centerpiece arrangement with spray foam. Y'all, that spray foam is going to secure and attach better than ever just gluing. Like I can't pull that off, right? It's better than just gluing styrofoam. A little wall plaque. We can now add greenery to this, and this is our base. So, what you need is spray foam. Any kind will do. Hopefully this goes well. We'll find out. All right? So let's start with this planter. And we're gonna squeeze our trigger. And we're just gonna start adding our spray foam. Now, spray foam is going to expand 2 to 3 times its size. So you're going to want to stick to the center, and you're not going to want to fill it all the way up, right? This one can of spray foam is about $4, I think. And it only takes a little bit to expand and fill in. All right. So this is what happens if you put too much. It pops out the top, y'all. And then if it's not dry, whenever you go to work with it and you poke it, you get this. So this was an example of what not to do. This is an example of filling it up about halfway. All right, so me personally, I like to leave the outside edge open and just do a lot in the middle. Y'all, and that's just my engineering thinking, right? So if this bottom piece was filled all the way edge to edge and it started expanding, eventually it can't expand anymore, and then it busts out the sides or the bottom. So leave it room inside to expand, to grow out and up, right? Long and narrow. So y'all, for this one, I'm only gonna put it on one side. That way it has room to grow and expand inside the container, right? Metal container in the middle. See how I left room all the way around for it to expand? Now, look, this cross. Wouldn't this cross be cute if it had some floral sprays coming out the center, kind of hanging down as a wall hanger? Y'all, what if we just take a little bit of this foam and we make us just a little square right here in the center? That's going to expand and get hard, and then we'll be able to add our floral sprays right to it. Okay, now, y'all, there's still a lot of stuff in this can. A lot of stuff in this can. So for the extra, we're just gonna come on a piece of plastic and we're just gonna make us some little cow patties. Y'all, and you can make these any shapes that you want. If you know you just use a lot of styrofoam that's long and skinny, make you some squares. Okay, things that you don't want to do. Never touch it when it's wet. Y'all, if you're filling it up and it's about to fall over, let that shit fall. You don't want this on your hands. You don't. Right? So we're just making different size little pieces. Y'all, with the rest of it, I'm just gonna make one long piece. We're almost out. Never mind, we're almost out. All right, y'all, with this one long piece, I'm gonna take my knife and just cut it into smaller squares if I need it. So this one can, for a couple bucks, did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different projects, right? So this one is called Touch and Foam, but you can use gaps and cracks, anything really. See how it's starting to spray air? When it starts to spray air, stop. You hear me? Listen, if it starts to spray air, just stop. Because eventually it's gonna do this little splatter thing, and those little splatters go everywhere. Not good, right? So whenever you hear the air start to come out, throw the rest away. It's not important. So at this point, we're done. Y'all, you're gonna wait at least 24 hours, right? And at 24 hours, you're gonna come back with some type of stick or stem, and you're going to poke your styrofoam, and you're gonna release it. If your styrofoam sounds like Rice Krispie treats, like when you pour milk on them and they're still like snap, crackle, popping, put that shit down and walk away. If your stick is in any way wet or moist, put that shit down and walk away. It ain't ready to be touched yet, right? This is an example, right? So we put the stick in, we pulled the stick out, and it was still wet. Whenever it's still wet, guess what? The gaps and cracks is gonna come out of the hole. So imagine if we had taken this nice little piece and we had completely put in all our florals and our sprays, and it was beautiful. We had our picture taken, ready to go. But tomorrow, when we come outside, it looked like it had been Corona snacking and all the seams had busted, right? How many of y'all know the feeling right now? Corona, right? Corona snacks. So you could have all your stuff in there, and then it just kind of bubbles out everywhere, and you have a hot mess. Right? So, right? So if you put your stick in, and it comes out with anything on the stick, walk away. It ain't ready. And you ain't ready for the mess that's about to happen. Don't do it. Y'all, and listen, it's not like when you test in brownies, okay? You can't put the toothpick in there, pull it out, and then taste it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just put your stick in, look at it. If it ain't ready, put it on the side and walk the hell away. Just gone. Okay? Because listen, one time I did one of these, and when I tested it and I pulled it out, y'all, the next day we came back, and this thing that's right here was coming out the top, and it was like 4 feet tall. It was ridiculous. This one's going to be fun. Can you do this outside in the sun? Yes. Y'all, if you notice, I have cardboard and plastic on my table. Don't do this over carpet. Don't do this over your nice hardwood floors. Listen. This shit is dangerous. If you ruin your house, it ain't my fault. Y'all, one time, let me tell y'all this one time. One time, Clara was doing her little thing, and she got real high, and the foam started to fall over on her floor. So what did Clara do? Clara grabs it. And then Clara realizes she grabs it, and she throws it down, and then, because she's freaking out, she grabs her head. Y'all, Clara had this foam stuff in her hair, on her floor, on her table. She had to go to the hospital to get it out, I think. I think that was what she called the hospital or something. Y'all, it's serious. Like, you're going to just shave your head. That's it. You're done. Game over. All right? So, we're going to wait at least 24 hours, at least. We're going to come back after 24 hours, and we're going to take a stick. We're going to test it. If it's dry, we can play with it. Y'all, these were done in December. And we're just now going to start to play with them, right? Like, listen, ain't no joke. I need to make sure I put this one over here in the current pile and not in the December pile. All right. And if you're in the creative coaching group, we're probably going to play with this one tonight. We haven't done a centerpiece yet in the 30 Days of Lives. So I'm going to go find some stuff to play with this. Hopefully, you guys, if you're not in the creative coaching group, you can join us at damonscreativecoaching.com. Our class is tonight at 7, and we're going to be doing a centerpiece. All right? Maybe. We'll see. You never know. Also, if you haven't seen it, my fake porch is cool. Look. Let's turn you guys around. Look how cool. And the Mutt Scrub Kitchen. All right. No, the pile next to it is already dry. All right. That's it. Bye, y'all.